A warm greetings to all. Today we are going to see a topic from the course Python programming. So in this course we are going to see the topic set to be fruitful functions. Okay, so in the previous videos we have seen a concept set to be function. So function is a subprogram which will be containing set of instructions, and that set of instructions will be performing a specified task or the task assigned to that particular instructions. Okay, right? So these functions can also be said as a subprogram. Okay, so a large program can be divided into smaller blocks, and that smaller blocks can also be said as a function. Okay, so if you have a large program and if it has to be easily maintained or if it has to be easily managed, then what we can do is we can divide the entire program into smaller subblocks. Okay, so as to maintain it easily, to debug it easily, and to perform the operations easily. And if you have some set of operations which has to be processed repeatedly in a program, then those type of operations can be clubbed together into a function. Okay, so that wherever it is necessary, those can be used repeatedly or again and again. Okay, so what is the need of function? Okay, so what is the need of function means, if you have a complex and large program, that large and complex program can be divided into smaller parts, and that smaller parts or subprograms can be said as functions. Okay, so that is one of the need. The second need is to debug, test, and maintain it easily. We can divide the large program into smaller programs that to be functions. Okay, and also for avoiding the rewriting of same code again and again. Okay, so to avoid the rewriting of codes again and again, we can go for functions. Okay, and also if we need to use some set of codes again and again in the same program or in the other programs, we can go for the concept set to be functions. Okay, and also by using the function we can reduce the length of the program. Okay, so these are the 5 different needs of a function, or 5 different needs to use a function in a program. Okay, so in the earlier one of the lecture we have seen two type of functions, that is built-in function and user-defined function. Okay, so apart from that built-in and user-defined function, we have another two functions said to be fruitful function and void function. Okay, so in this series or in this session we can see about the fruitful function and void function. Okay, so fruitful function means the functions which return some value to the calling function. Okay, the fruitful function will be returning some value to the calling function. Okay, so those type of function can be said as fruitful functions. Okay, so it will be giving something to the calling function. Okay, so here you can see an example of adding two numbers, right? So here we have the function with the name addition, and also we have the function call. Okay, so in this function addition we got two values, and there we have done the operation, that is addition operation we have done, and we have returned the value to the function call. Okay, we are returning the value or we are returning the result to the function call using the return statement or the return keyword. Okay, here you can see at the last line print addition of x comma y, right? So through this function call we are passing the value set to be 23 and 4 to the function header or to the function declaration. Okay, so in the a and b the values 23 and 4 are being taken. Okay, and it is passed to the processing. Okay, so c is equal to a plus b, that is c is equal to 23 plus 4, and in the c you will be having the value 27, right? So this 27 will be given to the return statement or the return keyword, and it will be passed back to the function call. As a result you will be getting the output to be printed. Okay, right? So here I will be explaining the example here. So here the first line, below the example you can see the first line. So it is a single line command. the second line, so there we are starting the function. Okay, so to start a function we have to use the keyword set to be def. Okay, and here we have given the name for the function as addition, and we have used two arguments set to be a and b. Okay, so the next, in the next line there is a body of the function, so there we have used the expression c is equal to a plus b, that is the value a and b is added up and it is passed to the variable set to be c. Okay, and there what we are doing, we are doing, or we are returning the value back to the function call. Okay, next in the main function or in the function call, we are getting the value from the main function and we are printing it. Okay, so here we are returning a value from the function, we are getting the result and we are passing it back to the function call. Okay, so these type of functions are said to be fruitful functions. Okay, so the next type of function is said to be void function. Okay, so void function, so here the values or the result will not be given back to the function call. Okay, the functions which doesn't return the value to the function call will be set as void functions. Okay, right? So here also we are using the same function or the same program, but here below the expression c is equal to a plus b, in the fruitful function we have returned the value, but here straight away we are printing the value. Okay, so in the previous fruitful function, in the function call itself we have used the print statement, but here we are directly using the function call alone. Okay, so but here in this program we are not returning the value, we are directly printing the result. Okay, so nothing is returned to the function call, right? So here on the function call is only used to transfer the parameters to the function header or to the function definition. Okay, so only the passing duty is done by this function called here. Okay, so here we can see the explanation of the program. So as usual, the first line is the command. Okay, so single line command. Second line we are giving the function definition, right? So we are starting the function by using the define keyword, that is def, and then we are giving the function name and then we are passing the arguments. Then in the body of the function we are using the expression c is equal to a plus b. There the addition is been taking place, the added value is given to the variable set to be c, and directly we are printing the result. Okay, we are printing the result directly inside the function, we are not returning the value to the function call. Okay, right? So these type of functions are said to be void functions. Okay, right? So a recap, fruitful function means it will be returning value to the function call, and in void function the return statement will not be used or values will not be returned to the function call. In that case it is return values. Okay, return values means it is the statement will be returning some specified value to the function call or to the function from where it is been initialized. Okay, right? So here what will be happening is, usually while writing functions through the function call we will be passing the arguments, and that arguments will be passed to the function as parameters. Okay, the values will be sent from the function call to the function, and inside the function the processing will be done, a result will be obtained, and that result will be returned back to the function call. Okay, so from the function call only we are sending the value, so the result will also be got sent back to the function call. Okay, right? So here the work of this return statement is to collect the values or collect the executed end result, and that will be returned to the place where it is been, from where it is the value is been given. Okay, or it will pass the value to the place from where the value is been passed. Okay, right? So in short, the return statement will return the value back to the function call. Okay, right? This return statement will not print the result, but it will only redirect the values, or it will return the value to the function call or to the place from where the data are being given. Okay, so here an example for this return value, here we can see. So here what we are doing is we are converting the temperature from Celsius to Fahrenheit. Okay, right, we are doing the processing, and that the result of the process is being returned back to the function called. Okay, so here you can see the program. So program starts from here. The first line is the single line comment. Okay, so then we have used the function said to be temp converter. Okay, temperature converter, and here we have used the values from the main program. Okay, right, so in the main program here you can see we are using the iteration for temp Celsius in. So here we are given some set of values. Okay, 20, 25, 30 and 40, right? So here each and every value will be passed through this function call. Okay, so 20 will be passed through this function call, and in the function definition 20 will be given here. That 20 will be taken for here for the processing, and the result 68 will be generated, and that 68 will be passed back to this print statement. Okay, so here the value will be taken, processing will be done, and the result is being sent back to the function call. And once the result reaches this function call, the print statement will be getting executed, and it will be printing the output here. Okay, so here you can see 2068, right? Similarly, the value for 25 will be taken, the value 25 will be taken, processing will be done, the result 77 will be given. Okay, so like this each and every value will be taken, and the processing will be done in the function, and the result will be returned back to the print statement. Okay, so here since we are using the iterations, each and every value will be taken from here, and it will be directly given to the function for processing. Okay, so we don't want to do it manually. Directly the for statement will be taking the values, and it will be processing it. Okay, right, so this will be the output for the previous program which we have shown here. Okay, right, so I think you would have understood the concept. Thank you.